Islands in the sun, islands in the fun. Welcome, welcome one and all to the land of death. Trini to the bone, Trini to the bone. When they come to Bacchanal, well, they can't beat we at Trini to the bone, Trini to the bone. Parade abundantly, the brethren they full of energy. Some people say God is a Trini, paradise are not convincingly. God gave us a spirit fiery, but nothing in the world about we. But look at smart man, God will be money. We still come out and mash up the body. Sweet, sweet TNT. Oh, how I love this country. Sweet, sweet TNT. No place in this world I'd rather be. Sweet, sweet TNT. Oh, how I love my country. Sweet, sweet TNT. All this sugar can be good for me. Hey. From Toko to Caroni.
Blessed good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Blessed good afternoon, brothers and sisters. Blessed good afternoon. Blessed good afternoon. Again, we want to welcome you to our first episode of 2026. I want to send some love to each and every one of you. Semantics are senior in the building. John is senior. Anthony, blessed good afternoon. Jenny, blessed good afternoon. Each and every one of our brothers and sisters that is up this afternoon. But I have one for you today. So as you come up, I want you to come back down, call somebody you know somebody. We had to talk today.
Sugar can be good for me. All these years I spent abroad in the cold, longing to be home. Trini to the bone, Trini to the bone. But I pray that some sweet day I will no longer have to roam. Trini to the bone, Trini to the bone. Hey, the problems we have are plain to see. We prove we could stand the scrutiny. All I know that's true democracy. How we vote is not how we party. There's no place like home, some people say. Don't somehow to leave to make your way. But in your hearts I know their destiny. So come home and big up the country. Sweet, sweet TNT. Lord, how I love of this country. Sweet, sweet TNT. No place in this world I'd rather be. Sweet TNT. Lord, how I love of my country. Sweet TNT. All this sugar can be good for me. Hey, from Cuba to Signal Hill. Arima to Charlottesville. Matlock down to Port of Spain. Yeah. We play in mass on or rain. Sweet, sweet TNT. Oh, how I love of the country. Sweet, sweet TNT. No place in this world I'd rather be. Hey, hey. Style just change, man rearrange, that gone clear. 'Cause nothing can compare to a treaty rising. Oh no, no. Oh, nothing can compare to a treaty rising. No, no.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you come up, I just want to wish you a blessed good afternoon. We welcome each and every one of our brothers and sisters to my UNC family. Blessed good afternoon to you. I send out some love to each and every one of our representatives in every district this blessed Monday, the 5th of January. Blessed good day, ladies and gentlemen. Blessed good afternoon. You understand? You know, we got to talk a little bit, eh? We going to have to talk a little bit. We will have to talk a little bit, but at the end of the day, let me see if we can touch on a little local vibes first now. So as you come up, give some time to sort yourself out. But brothers and sisters, we in this together. Blessed good afternoon to you.
Is dedicated to all my sons and daughters through the four corners of the earth.
Wherever you at this blessed afternoon, direct from our 648 studio, we wish you a blessed good afternoon. Blessed good afternoon to you. Happy New Year. All those celebrating birthdays, we say happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
My sons and my daughters, to you I plead. Watch, don't get no harass, but please take heed. sermon, but
My admonition
is to guard you against all the evils of life
hey,
that create strife and destroy life. Walk cautiously, children, be alert, because you have an enemy that's roaming the earth. I know you're young and restless, but you don't have to be careless. You see, sober thinking leads on to righteousness, to happiness.
I want to say a blessed good afternoon to Granny.
You are blessed.
Blessed good afternoon to
I
Freeport.
tell you this,
Blessed good afternoon to Matilda.
watch out, my children.
Pearl Sammy, blessed good afternoon. Nikki, blessed good afternoon to you. Auntie Marilyn, blessed good afternoon.
To powder your face, but to bring shame
Shame and disgrace
to the human race. Now we sing it.
Miss Beverly, blessed good afternoon.
My children, watch out, my children.
Yeah.
It have a fella called Lucifer with a bag of white powder, and he don't want to powder your face, but to bring shame and disgrace to the human race. I give you my counsel because I want to see.
Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, as you come up this blessed afternoon, it's my responsibility because we ain't do no new ads yet for Kalicharan or for Sunarine or for those who actually close us off for the year. So I have the responsible thing to do to run back the people and them ad, please, because ain't nobody saying nothing yet. So brothers and sisters, as we continue to express ourselves, I should say, as we continue to bring facts to you on a daily basis, I continue to encourage you. Call somebody. Let them know that 648 Television, we are back out and we are about. We have the responsibility to make sure that the accurate and factual data continue to surface in Trinidad and Tobago. Again, I want to send out some love to our very own minister, Minister Anil Roberts. I'm sending out some love to our minister again, Minister Ernesto Raymond Kiza. We're sending out some love to our minister, Minister Clyde Elder, Minister Khadija Amin, Lakram Buru. Come on, and the list goes on. David Lee, Mr. Sturge, come on, the list goes on. Miss Jelly John. Brothers and sisters, this thing is actually about Trinidad.
It's Christmas, man. Never, bring drinks, man. Bring sips. Your friends are here. Never, bring drinks, man. Bring on drinks. I said to bring on sips, man. Never, you say I'm passing by everybody.
Looking for fabric to suit your different needs for the occasion, the Christmas season, your dinners, your christenings, your weddings, whatever the occasion. Are you looking for fabric to make your religious garments? Visit Kalicharan's Point 14. They have all accessories and all materials down to upholstery, ladies and gentlemen. This is your welcome to Kalicharan's Point 14, where there is sale. You don't want to miss it.
Yes, man. In Point 14. Yes, man.
On behalf of the management and staff at Kalicharan's Point 14, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a bright and prosperous New Year. Welcome again to Kalicharan's Point 14.
Every time foreign season comes along, day and night I hearing the same old song. As I pick up the quattro to go in the boy. Before I hit the door, you start making noise. When this year trying something new, I staying home with you. All the choice I have been. I'm tired of the complaining, the constant tongue lashing. So when they come
At Kalicharan's Point 14, you can find sheeting, Christmas prints, you can can find canopy decorations. You can find curtains, ladies and gentlemen. You can find cotton. You can find a wide variety of fabric from silk to denim to suited to all your Christmas fabrics. Visit Calicharan's Point 40 today.
Yes, man.
A wide variety. A wide variety.
Look, yes, man. Yes, man. And nice prices. Yes, man. Yes, man. Ladies and gentlemen.
Every time when
And they have it in a big way.
you are accusing me for having outside.
Boy.
And when I deny, you swell up your mouth. You really know what parang is about. So while you so in the earth,
Yes, good day, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, family and friends. Once again, you know it's your boy Irvin, it's 6 White Television, and again we find ourselves in beautiful, lovely, blessed Point 14. Brothers and sisters, we find ourselves in Calicharan's establishment. Now, mind me, ladies and gentlemen, we have a massive Christmas closing down sale. Ladies and gentlemen, every single thing must go. So I need you to call somebody who knows somebody. Let them know. After years of dedication, years of service in Point 14, the Calicharan family just taking a little break. And it's our responsibility to get every single item, every single product that we need. Brothers and sisters, if you say that you're not used to it, you need it. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it's Christmas time. So as you hear the music in the background, I want to encourage you at Calicharan Point 14 on the main road. Brothers and sisters, and get all your items that you need this blessed Christmas. Every single thing here is on sale. Every single thing must go. So I will just walking down the aisles one by one. And I want to encourage you. Monday to Saturday, you happen to be in Point 14, you're stepping into Calicharan right next, opposite Furniture Plus to be exact. Ladies and wait, let me reverse here so that you get them things. Nice, your nice little Christmas cups, your Christmas bucket. You're getting your nice little items. Come on here, your baking pan. Every single thing that you could be thinking about as we navigate towards this Christmas season. Brothers and sisters, is right here at Calicharan. And as I told you, it's a closing down sale. So everything must go. Every single thing must go. So listen to me, tomorrow, please, the Lord, is already Saturday the 6th. Brothers and sisters, yes, bags, jeans, pants, nice suits. Every single thing. Yeah. Yeah, talk now.
Yeah, that's the long time style, way. Suck it out, you don't know. Did you know that?
And it's that.
And it's that. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
All the best, eh?
And it's that, brother. Afternoon time, ladies and gentlemen, I just come to show you when it happen to be past 2.40 early in the morning. You're looking for the best Polari, the best doubles, the best Saina, brothers and sisters, the best food, and top of that they have cold drinks, and the staff is very respectable and reliable. Although you don't come out every day, so hopefully after this commercial you will be out and about every day. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you. And it's like, everybody soon arrive. So they're looking at the man and they're looking at the young lady. And they see a man in the background, okay? You're in mind. Right? Smile. So Point 14, you're right in front of the market. So you're passing through Point 14 early in the morning. Come into lunchtime, don't worry. You just re-up. Again, our brother Sunarain is here. So we now come out by the restaurant, now we by the outlet. The outdoor outlet. Either way, Sunarain is Sunarain. Correct me if I'm wrong. Sunarain is Sunarain. So Trinidad and Tobago, Point 14. In Point 14 this Christmas, we know people out and about doing the thing. Some people still looking for down. I mean, you're busy? Stop in and get something to eat. You need to stay focused, you need to stay strong. And this is what Sunarain is here for. Whether you're looking for local cuisine in the restaurant, rice and things, you're just looking for your Polari, your Saina, your doubles, whatever it is. You're finding yourself by Sunarain, either by the market or next to Royal Castle. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Oliver Yuvin. I am out.
a Merry Christmas, everyone. Let me show you when you're visiting point. You're looking for something to eat. Where you're stopping to get it. See that sign there?
Everybody to get together and do something nice. Lesson, you ready?
Let's
Let
go.
me go. It's painting time. I take some time off from me work. To help me wife it up. Maybe cause I can't find it. They never chose the best. It mediates and when you're nice, don't I want me paintbrush, please. I want me brush, give me brush. I want me brush, give me brush. I wanna paint the living room, I wanna paint the bedroom, I wanna paint the kitchen, I wanna paint everything. I want me brush, give me brush. I want me brush, me same old brush.
I want to say a blessed good afternoon again to each and every one of our brothers and sisters. Those of you viewing, those of you listening in. I want to say a happy new year to each and every one of you, wherever you may be, whether you're in Trinidad, whether you're over there in Tobago. I know you're dealing with an election and I see Tobago ain't playing. Whether it's PNM side, whether it's PDP side, whether it's TPP side, whoever it is, they're not playing in Tobago, and Tobago full 100 respect with that. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get down into it, I want to encourage you to join me in a word of prayer. Because let me tell you something, this is not being done by us alone. We navigate through 2025 with support that in a lot of cases we had to call and ask for. This year, I am not doing that. This year, if the support don't come, I stop doing what I'm doing and I mind my business. At the end of the day, if what is being done, what is being displayed is a good product, well then, let's do the right thing. Brothers and sisters, family and friends again, Heavenly Father is your son over. Father, we just want to continue to worship you. We give you all the praise, all the honor, and all the glory. We thank you for all that you have done and all that you continue to do for us. As we navigate forward, Father, we continue to submit ourselves to you. We say Jesus Christ is Lord and you are worthy to be praised. So, Father, we ask that you take charge of this afternoon's program. We ask that you take charge of every single word that proceeds out of my mouth. Father, we ask that you cover the hands of our brothers and sisters that is on the chat. Father, I pray that you just bless them, guide them, and protect them. We want to lift up our brother Michael, who is out there on work. And each and every one of our brothers and sisters who is on work this afternoon, Father, you cover them, you bless them, you guide them, and you protect them. You order their steps. May they continue to be a blessing in their families, in their jobs, in their communities, Lord. Father, we say a special prayer for our Honorable Prime Minister who have taken the task to stand for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Lord, we ask that you encamp your angels around our Honorable Prime Minister. Father, you continue to order her steps. You guide every single word that proceed out of her mouth. Father, you just bless every single person that operates and function under her. Lord, we lift up each and every one of our ministers. You guide them. You order their steps. Lord, I lift up Minister Ernesto Raymond Kiza in a special way for you. Father, I ask that you just take charge of Point Fortin. Take charge of our nation, Father. Every single decision made continue to be made based on our citizens. Father, you continue to use our leaders, whether it be politicians, spiritual leaders, whoever. Use our leaders in your accordance. Father, we thank you for utilizing us as instruments in your house. Father, I ask that you continue to bless my lovely wife, bless my children, bless each and every one of our 648-868 viewers. Father, you bless our brothers and sisters outside of our nation. We pray that governments on the outside continue to find favor in our nation. May you continue to guide, bless, and order their steps. Father, you cover their children, cover their going outs and their coming ins. Lord, we lift up every single person on the nation's roadway this afternoon. May May there be no accidents, no incidents, no near misses. Father, we just thank you. We submit ourselves to you, and may today's proceedings be informative. May it be a blessing. Father, we thank you. We even want to lift up our naysayers this afternoon. In whatever, Father, any spirit of mischief, I pray you break it and send it back to the pits of hell where it belongs. Father, we thank you. We exalt your name. In no other name but Jesus' name. Amen and amen. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, Semantics, I see in the building. Bless good afternoon, Michael. Volume, bless good day, Anthony, and everyone who is up. Let me see, let me go up a little bit and see who is up again, man. I see who we have here again. Who we have up here again. Monica, bless good afternoon. Bless good afternoon. Sharon, bless good afternoon to you. Gaza Trini, bless good afternoon to you. Who we seen on the Facebook side? Rima, bless good afternoon. Nisha, bless good afternoon. Bless good afternoon to each and every one of our brothers and sisters. Those of you viewing on Irvin Felix page, we say welcome to today's program. Those of you viewing on 6 Void television page on Facebook, we say welcome this afternoon. And our blessed brothers and sisters on YouTube, we say welcome to today's proceedings. Again, before we go forward, we must thank, hey, Lucky Lal, bless good day, bless good day. We must thank Facebook and YouTube for giving us the continuous opportunity to express ourselves on your platform. For that, we say thank you very much, and we pray God continuous covering over the job that you all are doing. And we thank you very much here at 648 Television, each and every person in our studio that plays a part to prepare us for today's program. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, again, I want to say bless good afternoon to Granny Abdon Mason. Bless good afternoon, big brother. Bless good afternoon. Mason are coming out here very, very soon. And we will have to sit down and do a nice little live, do a little show, do a program. But we will have to do something in the public domain because information is very needed. It ain't bound to be politics. It's just about enhancement. Because I've been speaking with you for some years now, and I noticed that you have a lot of information internally for the betterment of Trinidad and Point Fortin especially. And on top of that, we understood what happened in the past. But for me to sit back and speak about what happened in the past, that would be me playing crazy, because I myself have a past. Everybody have a past. It's where we go with the decision that we make and how we function as we continue to navigate forward. So to have done, Mason, bless good afternoon to you. Bless good afternoon to each and every one. Hey, Passad, bless good day, bless good day. Somebody link Rishi for me, Nikki, Pearl, Sammy, Triple D Roti Shop. We have some people missing here, Mr. Daniel, to my lovely mother down there in Georgia, and my stepfather, Andy baby. All your blessed good afternoon. Again, we in 2026, so happy New Year. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to get down into something, but before I even touch on that, our activity took place, it looked like yesterday. $39,000 in cash. A robbery of $39,000 in cash. Now, this is just not a regular business place, which is disrespectful the same way. But this happened to be church tithes and offering. To the persons who pull off that stunt and rob the person of the tithes money, I want to ask you to do something for me. It might sound foolish in your ears, but for your safety, please, don't even bother to identify yourself. If you get away, you get away. But for your safety, I'm asking you, please, drop back that money. That is not the type of money that you want to play with. Let me tell you something. Despite who sit down and bad talk pastor, who bad talk pundit, who bad talk imam, who bad talk the spiritual leaders, that have nothing to do with God and God working. So if you decide to rob the tithes money because probably you know something about the pastor, or you know something, or you just against church people, if that, I want to ask you, please, before the vengeance of the Lord run down on you and people in Trinidad and Tobago, because plenty of the time when you all practice these acts, we just listen to the conversation. You find somebody body part in barrel, you find them somewhere down in a river, somewhere down in a drain, somebody do them something drastically outrageous. Please, don't put yourself through that. Please, don't put your family through that. Drop back the people money. And to those of you in Trinidad and Tobago who still sit down under the impression, this is why today's program is so important, who still sit down and under the impression that Indian people owe you something, or Chinese people owe you something, or Syrian people owe you something, or Africans who have owe you something. It's time we come to terms with what it is we're dealing with. We have been misguided, we have been misinformed, we have been misled, and it's time that we as a people get back on track. Each and every ethnicity in Trinidad and Tobago. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to start this afternoon. This afternoon, I want to start with yesterday's press conference because I have to get a video from a gentleman that identified himself as Dr. Omar. You know the fraud who dock people a set of money in foreign? Apparently, Dr. Omar is back on the floor. But when Dr. Omar come and end up in my mouth is because Dr. Omar started pronouncing Trinidad and Tobago. The problem with Dr. Omar, when I run this video, you will see what is going on exactly with Dr. Omar. Dr. Omar don't even know how to pronounce our Prime Minister's name. Yet still he's sitting in the public domain globally and having conversation on behalf of Trinidad and Tobago because at one time he had visited Trinidad and Tobago. There is a next lady, Amanda Seals. I don't know if I could link these people pages to me, please, because when you're texting them, they're not answering. So if you can link these people pages to me. The next one is Amanda Seals. Please, only let me get down to some serious conversation, but until then, let me go back to yesterday's press conference, because yesterday's press conference had a lot of important information. Starting from the back, come up to the front. Because what was supposed to be the beginning, well, actually the beginning never actually started. Because after the chairman from HDC spoke, Mr. Khan spoke, no one pointed a conversation or a question in his direction. So Trinidad and Tobago, I want to ask you, the public, I want to ask you, the population, the numbers is on the screen. I'm running 3 videos for you concerning yesterday's press conference. On the last video, my volume low. All right, all right, that's now gone up a little too low. All right. So you tell me if you're hearing me here, please. Are you hearing me here loud and clear? I assume you're hearing me here because I hear me a little louder here. But I want to start. Let me start from the beginning. Let me do the right thing.
Honorable Prime Minister and all members of the government of Trinidad and Tobago, special Happy New Year greetings to the public of Trinidad and Tobago.
I said something after April 28th, and seeing that this is my first program, I want to utilize this to repeat this. After April 28th, when Ms. Kamala Prasad Bisesa was given the responsibility to pick a cabinet, I don't believe Ms. Kamala made one mistake. We will have to have conversations along the way. Yes, we would ask for a little more pace from some of our ministers along the way. But I don't believe Ms. Kamala Prasad Bisesa, SC, I don't believe that our Honorable Prime Minister made one mistake with one of the persons sitting in any of the positions. Time to go to work.
And I want to start by congratulating my colleague, Minister Sean Sobers,
Yes.
on a brilliant delivery on the circumstances of the last 24 to 48 hours. This morning, we are here to talk a bit about the HDC. And the fundamental questions that we must answer is, where are we?
You know what I love about yesterday's press conference? This is why I'm telling people our government is not playing games. And if you look at exactly what is happening, as important as what took place over the weekend in Venezuela, based on what I saw yesterday, our government look at our housing structure just as important. Just as important. And the fact that this conversation took place and not one reporter asked one question concerning what this gentleman said, ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon, you have the opportunity to call in and ask the relevant questions. We need to put the questions out there in the public domain because over the Christmas period, While we were busy running all over the place trying to make sure who planning Christmas party, who doing this, who doing all of that, I telling all them a minister, he's still out and about, we was in NASC, we going on tour, we on all kind of thing, trying to put things in place. The People's National Movement and their supporters, they were making mischief. They had a ball in the public domain. A ball. Bless good afternoon, caller.
Yes, great job.
Thank you.
Thanks for spreading the good news.
Yes.
All the corruption under the PNM.
Thank you, big brother. Thank
All
you.
those PNM supporters who suffering for housing over 10 years, they had no house, roof blow up. Let them go and ask Foster Cummins,
Thank you.
Beckers,
Yes.
Young, Rowley, to get a little share that billions of dollars that go in the grass cutting contract.
Thank
right?
you.
Under
Thank you.
agency.
Thank you, brother.
Do ask Kamala for nothing.
At all.
Right?
Yes, man.
Have a good day.
Same to you, and thanks for your contribution, big brother.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go to work.
How did we get here? And how do we go forward from here? The first question, where are we? The HDC finds itself in a very difficult situation where we have bills owed to suppliers and contractors in excess of 600 million, that we have a deficit in the employees' pension fund in excess of 300 million, and an amount owed to the banks in excess of our approved overdraft limits of about 100 million. We also have a bill approximately in receivables that are very questionable. How did we get here? This situation didn't come upon us overnight. We got here because of poor construction management by the last administration over the last 10 years, where on average, they would have built about 400 houses annually. But these houses, which were worth approximately $500,000, were being constructed at a cost approximating $2 million. We need to understand the impact of that. 4,000 houses where the construction cost was in excess of the value of the houses constructed by approximately $1.5 million per house. That's a total of $6 billion. That $6 billion could have built 12,000 houses, which would have greatly made it easier for those citizens who have been waiting in line for years to get an HDC house. What else was happening? Over the last 10 years, we've had maintenance contracts issued without tender to certain friends, families, and financiers of the last administration that run at a rate of about $150 million a year. That is another $1.5 billion that have been spent on contracts mainly aimed at rewarding persons who were friends, families, and financiers of that last administration. I want you to understand, we are in Chaguanas here, not too far from Couva.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, now listen, we done $7.5 billion inside in conversation already. Let's go.
Many of you are familiar with Couva. I come from Couva myself, so I'm very familiar with Couva. But can you imagine that we have been spending $750,000 a month to cut grass in Couva? I don't think Couva have enough grass to be worth $750,000 $60 million that we have to cut grass in Couva. And who is getting this grass cutting contract? You're familiar with some companies called Clydon. Clydon getting over $300,000 to cut grass in the proximity of the Roystonia ECC Center, in the proximity of the Couva North Housing Project. Costa, another 12,000. Pical, another 18,000. Rivulet, 26,000. Shore Serve, 60,000. Almost $500,000 a month being paid to cut grass in and around Couva to companies associated with a former MP. A former MP who sat in the parliament and passed the OPR and then flouted the same OPR by accepting contracts without regard to the OPR rules.
Let me pause there for 1 second. A minister who was sitting is the same minister that corrupt the same process that they put in place. My responsibility now is to remind you. A minister, let me go back to Faris. Let me go back to Faris and Faris' contribution when it comes, ladies and gentlemen, to this CPEP and this URP. $1.4 billion. The same Faris Alwari with his same government, they said in 2017, they went, made adjustment or amendment to the procurement. And what they amended was that the same contractor was not supposed to be used. And the same people who put the structure in place is the same persons was in power and break their own rules. That tend to be a common thing in the former administration. Let me go again. You see how the chips falling where it lay? So it looked like it don't have one ministry that we could look at under the former administration and say, well, boy, it ain't no corruption there. Every avenue they utilized for corruption. Evidence before your eyes.
And he's not alone in this.
Tobago, I see you. Blessed good afternoon.
There's a company called J.C. Edwards,
J.C. Edwards,
which is owned by a fellow whose name is very similar to the former chairman of CPEP. So maybe it's appropriate that he was cutting grass in HDC too. But why is a chairman of CPEP, who's an accountant, cutting grass? I thought grass cutting was for the rank and file and the grassroots. But he was cutting grass at $80,000 a month. So when your children come to you and ask you, what should be their career choice? Don't be too upset when they tell you they want to be a grass cutter. There's a company owned by another financier and friend.
So let me pause for now. So far we are Clydent, we are Coastal, we are Pical, Revelet, J.C. Edwards. I don't know who I missed so far. I'll go put the rest inside of the thing. Let me go, we going.
Trinidad and Tobago landscaping. Cutting grass at 120,000 plus VAT a month.
All right.
And picking up garbage at another $400,000 a month. The former MP also have lucrative garbage contracts. My friends, in total, that former MP.
This is something that I noticed. Is it safe for us, those of us who consider we supporting this government, we are UNC supporters, is it safe to say for us that PNM supporters, the supporters on the support level, all of them is pipers? Is it that PNM supporters, none of them have no ambition? Because how the hell the same persons all you're lining up to vote for is the same persons who is the contractor, them same persons is the lawyers, them same persons is the vipers, them same persons is the crooks. So is it that PNM supporters have no ambition, or is it that PNM things so bad with PNM supporters? Like all of them, like they sprangers or they hooked on drugs or some kind of thing, that none of them have ambition to open a company or register a company. So after PNM win election, the only people to get contract is all your ministers. And this is what all in the public domain arguing with people for? Jesus Christ. Let me go.
And companies associated with him have been billing HDC $2.5 million a month for the last 10 years.
Well, yes.
That's $300 million being paid over the 10 years to one man.
For one man.
Trinidad and Tobago Landscaping bills the HDC nearly $500,000 a month. $6 million a year, $60 million to pick up garbage and cut grass. A fellow whose name sounds like Gabriel, maybe he was the angel, because he got such a wonderful contract. So my dear friends, this is what has brought us here. HEC also owns 7 malls, which are next to our housing developments. And on average, we generate bills of about $1 million for rental revenue. But we carry costs of $10 million a year to maintain these malls.
Tobago don't feel I missed that. But if there's one thing I know in Tobago, the anchor hole. So I know all you go unfold that. I know all you will unfold that.
Make that make sense. 10 years of managing these malls, $100 million gone down the drain. How many houses we could have built with that?
Yes.
How many other goods and services we could have provided with that? And it was not just that. Over the last 10 years, we've been overpaying certain contractors and suppliers to the tune of over $20 million and no effort to recover $20 million. In one case, a contractor was overpaid $10 million. $10 million overpaid. I've had to deal with the government services over time, and it's the most difficult thing to get paid because you have to provide so many documents to support your claim and so many checks and balances. But yet the agency could overpay a contractor $10 million and not bother to look to recover it. How do we go forward from here? I can start by saying all our future construction is going to be on the basis of design, build, finance at fixed prices. So those overruns and variations and the mismanagement will not happen. Those monthly maintenance contracts that amount to $150 million a year now are being reorganized and retendered in accordance with the rules, and some of those services are going to be provided in-house by the HEC, and we will save $100 million annually from the management of these contracts.
Why?
So my friends, I want to tell you, we are in a difficult position,
Yes,
but we have a clear strategic plan for how to get out of it and to get back to the core business of the HDC, which is to deliver affordable homes to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. I want to say thanks to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago for their patience and their goodwill in waiting, but that we will.
Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, let me just take a little chip at what Mr. Khan, the chairman of HGC, just explained to us. The part where really hit me the hardest and hit me the most, mind me, I'm opening the phone lines now. Because what happened is that mainstream media ignored this conversation. Sitting down and speaking about Maduro and his wife, they love Maduro and his wife more than Trinidad and Tobago. So today, we would do the right thing because obviously our government was getting a message out to the people of Trinidad and Tobago what was done to us and what was done to our resources. Now you tell me, houses estimated to build at $500,000. They build the house and them at $2 million. Look at that cost overrun. So now you had to explain to me now, if you comfortable with that, explain to me now, with this contribution here, tell me if this make any sense to you, how this started.
So, my first question, why is the Prime Minister not here to address us on the extraordinary thing that happened yesterday in Venezuela?
You know what's going on? The people of Trinidad and Tobago and to our government, these type of dotish questions that only allowing Kamal Wallace and the mainstream media to entertain. Just this morning again, CNC3 again, the morning host, he have at a banker because Ms. Kamala didn't come out and tell didn't tell CNC3 personally Merry Christmas. So he totally trying to ball up on a man on his program this morning because Ms. Kamala didn't come out and address them and tell them Merry Christmas. Had him been paying attention, he would have noticed that all the data is out there. Ms. Kamala don't have to personally come to us. Each and every district in Trinidad and Tobago have a representative. Ms. Kamala Persad-Bissessa have confidence in her ministers. What happened with CNC3, Jason Williams, Kamal Wallace, and the list goes on. What happened with them? They're not accustomed with government, especially a prime minister, allowing a minister to function in their capacity without a red man coming and put his finger by your lip and telling you hush your mouth. Because this is what Camille used to go through. This is what Marvin Gonzalez go through. I even see Fitzgerald Hines when he was trying to explain about national security. I see Stuart Young tap him on his shoulder and make him hush his mouth. So this is how they're accustomed to running a country. When done, this is the same problem we're in today. Nobody accountable for where we at, how we get here. But brothers and sisters, it is your responsibility to ask the relevant questions. Again, the phone line is open. I want you to utilize the phone line this afternoon. Tell me if you find this, after this what we just heard here coming from the chairman of HDC, or let me give the PNM supporters the benefit of the doubt. Is it that the chairman of HDC not supposed to be speaking about HDC and HDC affairs? Because the last time our very own minister, the poor people governor, Anil Roberts, spoke about Ralph Gonzalez, leaving where he lived from, he and his family, despite who born here and where they born and all kind of thing. We have people by the thousands on the house list for years. And Ralph Gonzalez and his wife and the daughter and whoever and the son, whoever it is they feel, once you is a Gonzalez, once you is not a Trinbagonian citizen, them end up with 3 houses. 3 totally different locations. Now, not jokey locations. We're talking high-end locations, things that come with elevator. I keep asking the question, what contribution did Ralph Gonzalez's wife Ralph Gonzalez's son or Ralph Gonzalez's daughter made that they get a discount when it comes to our HDC premises. Because as far as I know, if he's an athlete, well, all right, you make a mark. No problem with that. The nations that support that. You go somewhere, you do something significant. The people at Trinidad and Tobago have no problem endorsing that. So unless Ralph Gonzalez's daughter win a gold medal or something for Trinidad, or his son win a gold medal or made some major contribution, and then when you look at it, this is just to show you, and sad to say, but we had to talk the talk today. This is just to show you how some of these African leaders have no ambition. Have no ambition at all. Them is like the only people that I personally know, because we don't deal with much dotish people. I ain't saying the dotish. I'm just saying the actions that they practice was foolish. Because if God bless you with resources, why not buy a piece of land and build your dream house? Why would you come and inconvenience the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago? Ralph Gonzalez in the middle of an election trying to justify the place that my family end up with is high-end place, and the average Trinbagonian citizen couldn't pay for the place. And on top of that, the place was on the open market. Open market for who, Ralph? For you? For who? Because they brought your daughter payment down to $2,750. Correct me if I'm going wrong. But no, it's not $2,800. And they convinced each and every PNM supporter. PNM supporters, this is to show you how they have been playing all for fool. And all they will no longer catch young Africans like myself in that dotishness, what it is all they're doing. They convince all you that $2,750, your cousin who work in security couldn't pay that. Your sister who is a teacher, she couldn't pay that. Your partner who carrying out garbage, who working on the rubbish truck, Ralph and them convinced PNM supporters, the average man couldn't pay it. You take a high-end building, high-end apartment, and you give it to somebody. So I hope all again a vivid understanding of what HDC, what actually happened. When Brother Anil opened his mouth and spoke, they say he out of place. They say he crossed the line. They say he out of timing. You know what they couldn't say? They couldn't say that he was lying. They couldn't say that. And when you ask the question, all right, just in case, let me make sure, because I hope Anil in out of place. So then if it is you looking in, if you looking in from the outside, your responsibility, if you are not a Trinbagonian citizen, you're supposed to ask one time, what is the role that Anil Roberts play in Trinidad and Tobago government? And anybody will tell you, because I go lay no flawless here right now. Anil Roberts is a minister in the Ministry of Housing. Ministry of Housing controls HDC. Talk done right. So if Anil Roberts sees some sort of discrepancy, obviously he will take it to his minister. His minister will give him the authorization. They have to go to the Prime Minister first. The Prime Minister will evaluate it. What kind of craziness is this? And then we all know it's doubles and coffee. And Anil didn't have to win, UNC didn't have to win election for Anil to give we doubles and coffee. Anil was giving us doubles and coffee while UNC was in opposition, while he was preparing himself to go and train children for swimming. It's doubles and coffee, and he kept it factual then. Today they're trying to conduct it now like he's a liar. Brothers and sisters, family and friends, we have to be real and reasonable. I want to let you take in this one here now. Because you know Mr. David Lee was outside too. Let me be real. So our responsibility is to get to the relevant information. So let me go before we head back to Mr. Sober's piece of contribution. Minister Lee was outside, so it's only fair that we give Minister Lee his hearing too.
And before I get into my brief presentation, I just want to start off by saying, as the Minister of Housing, and my other two line ministers, that would be Senator Philip Alexander and Senator Anil Roberts, I just want to say we have full confidence in our chairman, Mr. Khan at AGC, and the new board of members of this of AGC that took over 4 months ago to run and to give some leadership into HDC.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you would have heard from
Bless day,
Chairman
bless day.
Khan earlier on in his presentation about the issues that the new board and himself inherited when they were installed for about four and a half months ago. And it has been a very humongous task of what has taken place at HCC over the last 10 years. The last 3 months, in conjunction with trying to move HCC, a lot of time and effort with the new board has been spent on trying to restructure and put HCC in a better footing than what has happened over the last 10 years. So I want to give thank you to the chairman and the new board of the service and the tireless time that they have been putting in over the last 4 months in trying to reorganize and restructure HEC. Now, one of the issues that I know came up in the last 7 days would have been this issue about regularization of occupying homes of HGC.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is something that we don't want happening in 2025. If you consider yourself a supporter of the government, whether you're in the politics structure or you're just a person just supporting the government, I want to encourage you as we navigate forward. If you did not hear the words coming out of the minister's mouth, if you did not hear the words coming out of the prime minister's mouth, please, whether it's the minister or the prime minister, if you did not hear the words coming out from these avenues, please don't share them things on social media. Because I remember we went on a whole uproar where people were saying that the minister say that the squatters, they're going to regularize. And no matter where you look, no matter where you look on these ministers' page, not one of them said that. Anil didn't say it, Philip didn't say it, and Minister Lee didn't say it, and Miss Kamala didn't say it. 1 out of the 4 of them have to say it in order for it to be valid. And 9 out of 10, you're going to hear it from Mr. Lee mouth first. So let me hear what Mr. Lee going with this.
Now, nowhere in that article of last week, Sunday, that Chairman Khan quoted and used the word squatters. And I think that word squatting was where the media sensationalized and it went in a different direction.
Yes.
That really and truly that Chairman Khan was trying to give an insight into what has been happening at HEC. Now, over the last couple days, someone just woke up from their sleep. I have not heard from that member of parliament for quite some time, since being installed as a member of parliament in parliament sometime in May 2025. I have not seen her, I have not heard from her until a couple of days ago when she released an article, a media release, and that is who I'm talking about, is the member of parliament for, I think it was, there's a change of name, or Ruka, but she used to belong.
Anthony Harris. I was listening to a program this morning, and the person was bashing Miss Kamala, saying that she would go down as the prime minister who... That's not. Let me see this thing properly. Let me bring up this thing.
Ruka Maloney, that's the Honorable Camille Robinson Regis. Now, she released a media article and talked about the housing policy of HEC and the UNC double standard and lawlessness. Now, what has happened over the last 7 days? I think the new board was a little bit misled because they were given a...
I was listening to a program this morning, and this man from Tobago, James, bashing Cam, saying that Cam will go down in history as a PM who was siding with America. And to ever tell you something, even Venezuelans, when they get their money, the first place they want to go is America. When Cubans get money, the first place they want to go is America. Grenadians get money, the first place they want to go is America. Trinidadians get money, one of the first place they want to go is America. So Miss Kamala siding with the United States of America, not for visa clearance, you know, not for diplomatic clearance. Miss Kamala supported the United States of America in the fight against drugs and narco-terrorism and human trafficking that was drastically affecting Trinidad and Tobago. And obviously, since that decision have been made, the data shown that that was the right decision to make. So that person over there, them could go ahead and play games. There's nothing after Tobago election, they're going to be licking the wounds anyway. So let's go again.
That started under the last administration, underneath the same Member of Parliament, Camille Robinson Regis. And it talked about regularization of occupancy policy. And I just want to put this up on the screen here, on the camera. This document that was relied on this new board, by this new board and chairman, was given to them, but it was not approved, and it was started under the process of the last administration, Camille Robinson Regis, and all the other line ministers or ministers that held that portfolio of Ministry of Housing, Minister of Housing. Yes. And I think the present opposition leader, Penelope Beckers, at one time held that position of Minister of Housing. Camille Robinson Regis held that position up until the change from Rowley to Young, and then Leonce, I forget his last name. Leonce also took over for a short, brief period. Now, this is a document that is at HGC that was presented to the then ministers of Ministry in the Ministry of Housing under the PNM administration, and it talked about regularization occupancy policy, and it's basically there's a host of different issues of people occupying homes illegally on HGC sites. So different issues that transpired of why people would occupy those homes for one reason or the other. But I want to put it on the record here this morning that individuals who illegally occupy HGC homes will be removed if they occupy those homes by breaking into those homes and taking occupancy. That is a no-no for under this government. On the record here this morning,
let me run back that
individuals who illegally occupy HGC homes will be removed if they occupy those homes by breaking into those homes and taking occupancy.
So again, to the mainstream media, we continue to say that you continue to disappoint the people of Trinidad and Tobago with the wrong information that you are putting out. This is the Minister of Housing. This is our minister. And this is the words coming out from our minister's mouth. So the fact that you guys misguided the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago to break the law, something needs to be constitutionally implemented for those type of things. Let me run back this one more time.
For one reason or the other. But I want to put it on the record here this morning that individuals who illegally occupy HGC homes will be removed if they occupy those homes by breaking into those homes and taking occupancy. Transpired of why people would occupy those homes for one reason or the other.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have to run back that one more time. I need a little call somebody who knows somebody. This is the Minister of Housing. This is Minister David Lee under our UNC government. Listen to the words, because they misguide people and allowing people to break the law.
But I want to put it on the record here this morning that individuals who illegally occupy HGC homes will be removed if they occupy those homes by breaking into those homes and taking occupancy. That is a no-no for under this government. We will not allow that lawlessness. I know in the last 7 days, a lot of people have been breaking into homes. I've gotten a lot of reports. The Chairman Khan has gotten a lot of reports, especially in the Greenville area. I have gotten reports in the Oasis area in Chaguanas East. I've gotten reports in my own constituency of Caroni Central, Cashew Gardens, where people feel that they can just go in and occupy these homes, and They are saying basically, come and catch me if you can. And we will not allow that. I have spoken, Chairman Khan, and we will let the law deal with the issues. Our security division is also looking to those areas of illegal occupancy. Now, I want to put that on the table here this morning, that again, those individuals who feel they can occupy an HDC home by just breaking into the homes and occupying illegally, that is a non-starter. It will not happen underneath my watch or underneath Chairman Khan's watch or under the Prime Minister, the Honorable Kamala Prasad-Desessa. So we have heard a lot of issues that are transpiring at HGC. It is a very difficult organization that when we came on board, we took over, it is really running in a deficit, and we cannot allow the taxpayers to keep funding HGC where we have a stock of homes that can be utilized to be able to generate revenue to help the individuals in Trinidad and Tobago who need their homes. All right, so that I want to put it again on record that the fairness and transparency will take place. It has never stopped underneath my watch, underneath Chairman Khan's watch. We will ensure that the fairness and transparency continues in delivering homes to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. I don't think there's much more for me to add. You have listened to Chairman Khan of the kind of corruption that has taken place over the last 10 years under HGC with the different types of maintenance contracts, the high cost of construction, and the list goes on. And as we roll out that whole restructuring at HGC, a lot more information is coming to hand. Again, before I end, I would like to thank Chairman Khan for his hard work.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, we thank Minister David Lee for his contributions in yesterday's press conference. We thank Chairman Khan, and we thank Minister Sobers. But before we get to Minister Sobers' contribution, well, I can't even call that a contribution, because this, the person who's supposed to speak the least yesterday, they asked him all the questions. And I want to ask you this afternoon, as a Trinbagonian citizen, 648 television, we have some elderly people, so we have people who have been paying taxes in this country for decades. With the chairman of HDC, it's not like the chairman was there, and if you did ask the chairman a question, the chairman could have shuffled the question down to the minister, and the minister wouldn't have been there. We had the chairman of HDC and the minister of housing in the same building. In the same building. Brothers and sisters, those of you who are looking in from the outside, I kid you not, I want to bring to all you. You understand we are the real? Anyhow, let me continue my thing. Let me continue my thing. Because you see them kind of disrespectful question there. That is something you could pick up your phone and call TC and Heavy with, man. Obviously, after the program. Granny, bless, good afternoon. Obviously, after the program, I will update people about TC and Heavy. But you can ask me with that. Bless God day, bless God day. Granny, bless God day.
All right. Good afternoon. How are you going?
A day.
How the family?
Everybody there by the grace of God.
All right. So Granny will be on something else this evening. I tell all you, I find that Trump taking too long to hold Maduro. I am something else.
You did say that.
I am so glad.
Yes.
I am happy.
Yes.
This is one of the best New Year.
Yes.
This is what they call a nice New Year.
Yes.
The people get released.
Yes.
The Venezuelans will go back to Venezuela.
Yes.
All of we human, all of we like to be happy in we home, in we country, no matter how small it is. When I tell you I'm glad, and my doctor grandson jumping up
Yes.
And weak man, I have a walking stick. I jumped it up when I hear some pull him.
Yes.
I'm sorry they didn't beat him. I'm sorry they didn't beat him. I'm glad, let me tell you something.
Talk to me.
This is the happiest New Year Maduro gets.
Yeah.
Maduro get a free flight,
Yes.
no passport, no visa to reach the American country.
Yes.
So Maduro lucky.
Yeah,
Happy
you lucky.
New Year, Brian.
Yeah, you lucky.
And he wants them to give him some good licks.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
And now come home, and now come back. I come to Tiaco. I come to see the jet plane and thing again. I went down St. Augustine, the big grandchildren carry me.
Yes.
And the big daughter. Very quiet Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
We strict vegetarian, non-alcoholic.
Lovely.
Plant-based food.
Lovely.
You know,
Yes.
and we home, we sit down, we eat and drink together,
Yes, man.
and I only pray to hear that Trump carry Maduro.
Yes.
What they're talking about sovereignty. Trump will take over Trinidad.
Come on now, man. Yes.
Because let me tell you, PNM do nothing.
True.
We're only talking we country, sovereignty, land.
Yeah.
PNM carry it down.
Yes, they did.
What are talking about? I'll be glad to Trump to take over here. Yes.
Yes, yes.
If they can skate on a coconut shell to reach America, they want to go. But here Trump. Let me tell you, I love you.
Yes, Granny. Thank you.
I love all you.
Thank you.
And God bless all you.
God bless you too.
And I'm glad Maduro in America. Yes, Maduro lucky.
Free flight.
Yeah, I'm glad they catch him.
Free flight.
No, there's plenty of them that's run them out.
Yes.
Yeah, all who want war. Let me Trump. You can't afraid nobody. Let them eat Trump.
Thank you.
I'm gonna meet Johnny. Johnny afraid nobody.
For real.
Johnny come back to Tiaco to see all the American friends.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I down here for a few weeks. I was in St. Augustine.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Then we make ourselves happy. Maduro God. We have to make ourselves happy with what God gave away.
True.
We make a ham and jam and lamb.
Yes.
It's happy Maduro God.
Amen. Amen.
And I want to thank everybody who writes on the chat.
Yeah.
They love Granny.
Yeah.
I love all you.
Yes,
I
Granny.
love all you.
Granny, we love you. We love you.
Right. Thanks all you.
Yes, Granny. Granny, you continue to stay blessed and thanks for your contribution. Ladies and gentlemen, well, you know Granny done touching. Big brother, bless good afternoon. Bless good afternoon.
A blessed good afternoon to you, Brother Felix, and to your family, and a happy, and prosperous New Year
Many more.
for each and every one of the right thinking
Yes,
and
sir.
concerned citizens of this Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. All those who know what happiness and camaraderie and love and togetherness was. That you could walk 2 o'clock in the morning on the beach.
Yeah.
You could have taken a walk down on the boardwalk in Chagaramas. You could have walked through Port of Spain.
Yes.
And sit down by any little fast food place after you come out the ferry from Tobago.
Yes.
I wish now we're on the road to recovery. So, Brother Felix,
Talk to
here what's going on. Now, hear this contribution today, right?
Mm-hmm.
This one? No. You see how stink people is in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago citizens?
Yeah. Talk to me.
When election time come around, exchange, all of them is the same. This party does do the same thing like the next party.
Yeah.
It had Gary Griffith call for that the curbing of financing gang and criminality in the URP and CPEP program.
Yes. Yes.
Now, you hear he asks for something to be done. You talk about the bail amendment that criminals doing crime and walking back out on the street.
Yes.
You hear that it had people in prison calling shots on prison officers
Yes.
when they do the dirty bidding.
Yes.
It have people in this country selling state land from other people and giving them a receipt and telling them that it's their own, they was living here and here so long, like they was real estate.
Yes.
They go in India, report Savannah, and they cutting it up and selling it. Right?
Yeah.
And when my loving, esteemed political leader, who is for the people, from the people, say that this is a lawless dump, it has some asinine, and he want to fall, right?
Yeah.
Talking about race, right?
Yeah.
But I want to, that now will bring my conversation this way. You see why it is peace in the Southern Caribbean, Radar, Donald Trump, and CNC3. I want Akash Samaru, according to name,
Yeah.
tell him that Big Brother on 648 say, try and carry the news right. And I want Kamal Georges and them to go to Penelope Beckers now and Camille and Foster Cummins and ask them and Noel Garcia and Keith Rowley from Udicott. All that money, what you hear Mr. Khan had put out, what it was pilfering and thieving.
Yes.
True, that is thieving because the misbehavior in public office and they did not use the procurement regulator office.
Yes.
And the regulator said it have $5 billion in questionable spending in this country to contract. So you see why it is Trinidad and Tobago, Penny talking about Maduro, the crime partner,
Yes.
to hoodwink the population,
Yes.
so that we will know what was going on. Just as Foster Cummins paid $20 million to a contractor for the UTM in Chatham.
Wait.
Right?
But 25 million. 25
right? And it didn't finish yet.
They?
And it didn't finish yet.
Brother, that didn't even reach nowhere. That didn't reach nowhere. That is a disrespect. You go ahead.
Yeah, no, I just sit here because here what's going on. I want the people to understand. And here what's going on. You hear now that Omar, that stick near away from, talking about African people for the rubber. And you oppressor, my prime minister.
We go get down to that here today. Today
Yeah,
we
but
get
I
down
wanna
to that.
That is what I was telling you the last time I followed the program in
Yeah.
our YouTuber blogger.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But I don't want to go there. I leave it here alone. But what I want to show you now is facts and freedom.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you want to know that when the African brothers and sisters who can't read and write, I give them my European job, it's 2 weeks you have to work for $700.
Yeah.
Like $625 after they take out NIS.
Thank you.
Right? So that's $300 a week.
Yeah.
In CPEP, it's $75 to cut grass and hold for the day. Right?
Yeah.
And they raise them pay by $2 to make it minimum wage.
Yeah.
And you see, Foster Cummins, I want Akash and Kamal Georges now, since the opposition leaders get all the airplay.
Yeah.
Actually, and Camille Robertson Regis, if she go out and where the money and all that spending to give accountability, because here we're going on, brother. Ask Camille and ask Penny and Foster Cummins, especially Camille, that when it came about when a lady that died and her daughter was in the same AGC apartment.
Yeah.
they asked that if it could be transferable. Penny then, Camille then tell them, no. And then they come back now for election time and say, we will regularize you. And who? You're living there with your father and mother, how much years, and they can't pay. We will give you all the opportunity as first preference because all you done there with it. Yeah. So Camille, what you talking about that quotas going and get regularized in AGC? I want to know X-Trail in Grandy build 100 units and they break down 50. Was that squatters, was it, or what it was that to break it down substandard or what? Camille, I want Akash and them to go and ask that question because Brother Felix.
Yeah,
that is why I tell you. You see, my government and my Prime Minister, the Honorable, was working through Christmas.
Talk to me.
That is why, because why is the PNM machinery and propaganda? They expect we supposed to take a rest and come on Monday today to work, like how the PNM does do.
Yeah.
But you see, in this closing of this conversation, because this is 3 topics here this evening.
Yeah.
And I think I've went enough. But I want to ask you, the hospital in Port of Spain, where they spend $1 billion, right? Then it's so efficient that people, when they go there, they get sick and they lost their mind because they ain't talking about the healthcare we're provided. Because they say when they see you coming by the gate, they don't diagnose where you is. By the time you reach upstairs, they don't give you a treatment and you're out there to the wrong, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the kind of hoodwink African people. But brother, I want to ask these fellas in mainstream media to ask Perry, that big building there, we want to audit in it.
Yes.
And you see this program, and you see what Mr. Khan said this evening.
Yes.
I hope for the rest of the week, you keep running on it, touching it on. If it's like how you open this first hour.
Yeah, well do.
The second hour, and play it again.
Yeah, well do.
Because here what's going on. This year going on anyway, you know.
No,
because I'm thinking, because they're in Tobago now, promising the people that just imagine India was the finance minister, was Dan Paul, was 3 months, just a month, just 3 weeks. So Camille, all that question, we have to ask them the question and get answer. No?
We need
all
answers.
that money for standard rubbish truck and them. We want to know how we do and who do it the wrong way. We calling for jail time, Brother Felix. Hear what's going on. I always say, the biggest protest we'll have against the UNC is when you see what they're exposing them PNM and they do nothing about it.
Thank you.
At least seize the asset now because the bill and them passed in Parliament.
True.
For explain your wealth. Have a pleasant good evening, brother.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I think you explain it as respectful as possible. To our leaders, please only listen to the gentleman say the biggest protest that we would have in Trinidad and Tobago after bringing all this data to us, because all ain't just telling us, you know, all bringing it with paperwork, all not doing it like how the PNM did it. The PNM say this, the PNM say that. The PNM talk up, they talk down, they never had documents in their hands. Thank God that we have a government that loves to move with documents. So as you deliver the documents, Mr. John Jeremy, 2020, let me pray for John Jeremy health and strength because bless good afternoon, caller.
Bless good afternoon, Brother Felix, the boy Figgy here.
Hey, look, our big brother Figaro is in the building. Bless good afternoon, big brother. Talk to us. You hold down the floor, man. You go ahead.
Yeah, just a quick one from me. So I realized that plenty of these people calling for a statement from our Prime Minister about what happened in Venezuela between USA and Venezuela.
Yeah.
So I think that since we asking our Prime Minister to comment on random conflicts around the world, where she didn't deploy no military personnel, or she send no warship, or she fire no missile.
Thank you.
I hope she could comment on the Ukraine and Russia situation. I would like to hear a comment. I would like to hear a comment about the situation in Iran, the civil unrest going on in Manama.
We want comment from
you know
Love.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, she got a comment on that too. It's only fair.
Yeah, because if you call on she to make a statement on this, that she obviously have nothing to do with.
Thank you.
I ain't gonna take much more of your time because we cannot time and bless the day, man.
Thank you
and
much, big
up all the
brother.
viewers.
Yes, man. Thank you much for this contribution. Ladies and gentlemen, food for thought. Because what Ravi Vigara is saying is facts. Seeing that you're calling for her to comment directly on this Venezuela bacchanal. Ms. Kamala Persad Bissessa is the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. She sits as Trinidad and Tobago Head of National Security Council. So if there's anything we want Ms. Kamala to address, is Trinidad and Tobago. And Trinidad and Tobago, as far as I know, we didn't have soldiers down Venezuela. So Ms. Kamala Persad Bissessa coming out and give a whole elaborate statement or whatever it is. But to my brother Figgy, just in case you think, Jason Williams on CNC3 this morning, he exposed it. Apparently, PNM toting feelings because Ms. Kamala didn't send a Merry Christmas for them. She didn't send a happy birthday for them. She didn't send a happy New Year for them. She didn't send pictures as she family and them kind of thing. So them toting with that. We the citizens, Ms. Kamala Persad Bissessa on behalf of the 648 family, and I want to believe the UNC supporters, we thank you very much for your contribution, Emmett. We thank you very much for your dedication. We thank you very much for the service in which you have executed since you have received office April 2025. Yes. And again, we put in, as my brother say, we in the second tower. Let me run back piece of this thing here. Because before I head to Dr. Omar, let me just give all a touch on this because mainstream media wouldn't sing this under the ground. If there's any conversation, I would have loved Kamal to ask, who is the minister you're talking about? Because we have a minister right there, the Minister of Housing, while the chairman of HDC was talking. So when the chairman was explaining, he didn't call no name. So Kamal could have started off asking, who is the minister that received all these contracts? Or is it that Kamal is actually working for the PNM? This is just me asking a question, Kamal. Is it that you working for the PNM and you already have the answers? So asking a question like that will incite conversation in the society, so you choose not to. But again, it have people supporting this government, and we're not playing games with the resources that was stolen under the former administration. It's only fair that I run back a few minutes at Mr. Khan. He deserve it. He earned it. He worked for it.
Who have been waiting in line for years to get an HDC house. What else was happening? Over the last 10 years, we've had maintenance contracts issued without tender to certain friends, families, and financiers of the last administration that run at a rate of about $150 million a year. That is another $1.5 billion that have been spent on contracts mainly aimed at rewarding persons who were friends, families, and financiers of that last administration. I want you to understand, we are in Chaguanas here, not too far from Couva.
Talk to me.
Many of you are familiar with Couva. I come from Couva myself, so I'm very familiar with Couva. But can you imagine that we have been spending $750,000 a month to cut grass in Couva? I don't think Couva have enough grass to be worth $760 million.
J.C. Edwards, Costa, Pical, Revelet, and the list goes on. These are the businesses that suck the resources from the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Did we receive justice for our money? Obviously not. Obviously not. So it is rather ironic that the PNM and their supporters continue to play games while the people of Trinidad and Tobago who don't have binoculars, people buying brand new glasses because everybody is trying to find our monies. Bless good afternoon, big brother. Bless good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you, big brother.
How you do? How you do, man?
What a program. Well, I just always thinking positive, not negative. I try to be cool, calm, and collective.
Yes, man. Bless it.
But when I listened to that media conference yesterday, and I hear the media personnel and them, well, they have Akash Samaru asking no question again.
Yeah.
Because right now, I believe it alleged that he under investigation. That was the man who was trying to climb the wall in Tobago, the 30 feet galv. He was balling about 30 feet galvanized to try to peep in the United States territory.
Oh, okay.
Breach national security.
Okay. Okay.
And the state launch an investigation for people trying to breach national security and show the public national security business when they set up a galvanized 30 feet for nobody to see, and Akash Samaru was trying to climb tree, running in bush and all kind of thing.
Okay. Okay.
So that's why they don't have the asking no stupid question. And after that investigation, I think he should be arrested for breaching national security and trying to expose national security apparatus and what's going on over there. When it's national security, it's supposed to be private and personal.
Thank you, because you're putting the thing at risk. That is rather foolish.
Yes, let that investigation go on. You notice you're not seeing he doing no media conference and I ask no question.
Yeah,
you got to keep it in the back. Because that is the man, Akash Samaru, who tried to go in and bush and climb up tree and expose the UN national security. He tried to do that.
Right.
I caught close, Akash. I caught close. And let me say good evening. Let me say good evening to General Ramdeen and
yes, man.
Freedom Law Chamber.
Yes, man.
And Freedom Law Chamber. Why is I make that statement? Good afternoon to you, Freedom Law Chamber. It's amazing. It's amazing to hear that news conference yesterday.
Yeah.
And the allegations, I wouldn't say allegation, the information that the government ministers revealed to the national public is billions of dollars.
Billions.
Was waste.
Yes.
Based on misconduct in public office.
Yes.
Mr. Felix, is over 1,000 people living in illegal HEC houses that me and you pay for.
Yeah.
Illegal PNM people living in HEC houses in PNM area.
Yes.
Camille, why don't you hush your mouth, Camille, and answer those questions?
Please, please.
I heard this Calypsonian singer song, is rat in human face.
Yes. Squeezy. Squeezy ranking.
Squeezy. Rat in human face.
Yeah.
And a country full of hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Penny, is rat in human face we dealing with? Because all you're supposed to ask, for me time all you hear that, as opposition leader, nasty opposition leader, you're supposed to ask questions, hey, let us go and investigate this. That is illegal. That is wrongdoing.
Yes.
Let us show the general public that we not encouraging wrongdoing.
Yes.
Penny and them leave the people and them let them live in free house. I can remember for the past 30 years that I am on radio and being part of talk show program.
Yeah.
I used to hear that bad man in the PNM areas and them is to bully people and move them out of the house, advantage them, beat them up, run them from the house.
That is a common conversation.
That is which part them.
Yes.
Yeah, but the PNM encouraged that.
Yes, they did. They did. They did it so much that the people in some of these communities believe that that is the way to live, even up to today.
That is why we have 1,000 illegal house occupying.
Yes.
And they're giving people HEC house for election time. They're giving people AGC house for election time with no paperwork. All they go and live and be PNM until all they're dead. You spending $250,000 a month to cut grass?
To cut grass.
I want all my children cut grass. I don't want no engineer. I don't want no engineer, no doctor and lawyers again.
Forget that.
I want grass cutters in my home.
But if it's that's the kind of paper grass cutting pulling, why fight up to educate your children, man? Buy a waka early?
Something like that. And once again, contract renew without OPR registration.
Talk to me.
How the PNM penny? How you allow those things and you keep a blind eye towards those things?
Yes.
For 10 years you stay quiet.
Yes.
And you asking questions today.
Disappointing.
And I want to say this to Mr. Felix. Sorry for taking up this time.
No,
but I know I have a little privilege with you over here.
You go ahead and flow now, man. You go ahead and flow.
What type of man, what type of woman in Venezuela, Maduro wife, what type of woman will live with a man that engaged herself in so much of misconduct in public office and dealing in so much of drugs and things? What type of woman will live with a man like that? Let me go to Trinidad and Tobago. What type of woman will live with a man? I can't call them name, but I'll call Kitrowley. What type of woman will live with a man that take 47% of we money, take $1 million back pay for himself, abandon the country, and leave the people poor, hungry, and suffering? What type of woman will live with a man like that? A woman that is 10 times more nastier,
dangerous than that man,
than the culprit.
Yes.
A woman that is 10 times nastier than the culprit. I know what woman Keith Rowley have. I know what woman he have.
Yeah.
But it is amazing to see how the PNM think right now when we see accountability, transparency, honesty, and delivery to the goods and service towards the people. What is representation? Is delivering to the vulnerable, the people of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, especially the ones who don't have. And to the people and them who saying, oh, I didn't vote for that, and I didn't vote for that. What you vote for? You vote for the future of your country. When you're an elder and you vote for your agenda.
True.
At least 30%. You vote for your agenda. But that 70% that you vote for is for a better future of your country.
Yes, man.
And the future is the school children who get 88,000 children get laptop, 18,000. That is the future. You see the children hospital, the children them going to benefit from that. That is the future that you're voting for.
Thank you.
That is who you have to vote for. Don't just vote for yourself. You're greedy. You're greedy.
True.
And because of your greed, you will not benefit. Thank you so much.
Thank you much for this contribution, COP. Thank you much. Thank you very much. We have to get COP that round of applause. We have to give that applause. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, I want to give you a piece of this. Our Minister of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs, Minister Sean Sobers. And let me listen to some of the foolish questions that these reporters asking. And you now will determine why are these reporters hiding, or we should say, trying to continue to persuade the population to keep away from the truth. Why? This HDC conversation, we are saying we in business with what's going on with Venezuela. Venezuela right there, they close to us. So we concerned, yes, we happy, we glad Maduro get locked up. Some displeased Maduro get locked up. We understand all of that. But you listen to a conversation explaining to you over $900 million in corruption. Listen to me. Over $900 million in corruption. The chairman for HDC, he didn't just come to talk. He brought factual data with him and he brought the minister with him. So what do you think he can answer? The minister will answer. The stage was set for conversation. Minister Lee did the right thing when you was trying to close off that press conference early because it wasn't making sense. It wasn't making any sense. Ladies and gentlemen, let me go.
Mr. Sobers, my first question, why is the Prime Minister not here to address us on the extraordinary thing that happened yesterday in Venezuela? And given the national importance of...
I mean, let me be real. Miss Kamala is a good looking woman, we understand that. But oh God, boy. Oh gosh, boy. Jesus Christ, Kamala, you are no girl, boy. Somebody pay them support and some of the men and thing. My boy this morning who was on CNC3, all they don't have no wife or no girl or nothing, boy. The only thing, anyhow, let me go.
Of what happened, why is this being held at a UNC headquarters and not a government office, for example?
Listen the next stupid question. Why is this being held at a UNC headquarters and not by a government office? Probably because UNC in power. UNC still take the time to come out and address you. It's the information the people listening to. The people didn't care nothing about going over the building and what building they buy, brother. The people didn't care about that. It's the press conference we was taking in and the information from it. The only thing what disrupt that press conference is these foolish questions I asked yesterday, and it is rather disappointing and concerning to me. Big brother, talk to me.
Miss, you can just
understand
them that government business don't open on a weekend, it don't open on Saturday and don't open on Sunday. Government business office place don't open on a Sunday. Them PNM dunce and them don't know that. Which government business can I open on a Sunday?
Talk to me now, man.
Which one? And I just want to tell them that. All your dunce. Government institution don't open on a weekend. Saturday and Sunday and holidays. PNM people, it don't open.
Thank you.
Why they can't have a news conference in a building?
Thank you.
Them classified as a UNC building. Them classified as a UNC building.
Well, that's why I'm saying, if they had the press conference in the square in Port of Spain or San Fernando, anyway, is the information we want.
They have to ask Penny how it is she don't have an office in Balize House and how it is she don't keep news conference in Balize House. Because they don't want she there. They tell she Franco man, Balize House did not build for you. You head to Dada. They wanted Franklin Khan and Faris Alwari and Stuart Young. They said that Balize House built for straight here people.
Yeah.
Penny, and I should I want to tell you?
Yes, that's what I tell you. I hear that too. I hear that too.
That is what they have to ask. That is what I have to ask. Instead of ask stupid question, why don't keep it in a government building? Government building do open on weekends. Thank you.
Thank you, what's big brother. Facts. Ladies and gentlemen, again, Kunji.
Thank you for the question.
Contribution.
The Prime Minister, since in and around, I would say maybe about 2:20 yesterday morning, has been engaged with several different tiers of the apparatus of the National Security Council. That engagement is a continuous.
I want to say thank you very much to the minister because the line of questioning didn't really make any sense to me. Mr. Sean Sobers was prepared and he was ready to divulge whatever it is they wanted, but nobody was expecting the questioning with Venezuela to only be about that. When we have the chairman of HDC, we have the Minister of Housing, the direct Minister of Housing here, and that was still not enough for questions to be asked about over $900 million in PNM corruption. That was rather disappointing. Either way, brothers and sisters, I want to bring a video here. I had to bring a video here to you because there's a sister who called me, she called me and she gave me the name. She said, Irvin, I need you to take in this gentleman here. And I told her, I said, sister, I already called out Dr. Omar already. I don't realize Dr. Omar is one of the biggest fraud.
Her father was, rest in peace to him.
But my heights with Dr. Omar, I don't know if I'll get the information about the African who collect money from people down in Africa to build an ark. He say he building an ark because he get a vision, the place going on flood and so forth. And he collect the people money. Apparently, he really build some structure, or whatever it is. But the rain didn't fall. The flood didn't come. And his argument was that the flood coming. He just don't know what year it coming. And then they see him pull up with a brand new vehicle. Brand new, not just a vehicle, a brand new high-end vehicle. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if all see how that turned out. Because they did not play with it. They tie up that on a tree and they dealt with that very, very seriously. Dr. Omar, I ain't wishing that on nobody, but that is the same crime that Dr. Omar pulled off on behalf of every single African in the United States of America. This gentleman has been collecting donation to open a university. The amount of money and how long Dr. Omar have been doing that, he was supposed to be on about the 4th passing out of his university by now. Dr. Omar is one of the biggest fraud, but my responsibility is to let you all hear the angle in which Dr. Omar is speaking. Now mind me, I don't want to let him miss what it is he's saying, because he clearly explaining to you predominantly in the Caribbean, the leaders have been Africans. He's telling you that Africans have hold the superior position, which is the truth. Africans has predominantly, look at Trinidad and Tobago. Africans, especially when you're talking prime minister, Africans played their part. Eric Williams was mixed, yes. Look at the cabinet, look at exactly what take place. From Eric Williams to Mr. Manning, Mr. Chambers, down to Rowley. Today is Miss Penny. The PNM administration has predominantly run and governed Trinidad and Tobago. Look at St. Vincent, go through the whole landscape. The leaders in the Caribbean were predominantly Africans. Let we go. So if the leaders were Africans, that would mean that if Africans sitting in leadership positions, Africans had a responsibility not only to, let me just say everybody, African leaders had a responsibility to make sure that Africans be adequately educated, be adequately equipped for life and beyond. Again, this is not what we saw demonstrated in Trinidad or nowhere in the Caribbean. Let me let Dr. Omar speak.
And condolences to the family for their loss of her father. Nobody should ever lose their life in that manner. So her father is of East Indian and African heritage. So he's mixed race, East Indian and African Trinidadian. Her mother, I believe, may be an American African. But from what I understand, the mother's all.
No, this is what has chipped me off and pissed me off with these people. Dr. Omar looking to tie in Trinidad and Tobago into a conversation. He's speaking about Nicki Minaj. He don't even have Nicki Minaj information properly. But yet still somebody is sitting down interviewing Dr. Omar about Nicki Minaj. Let me go.
Black, the father is black and East Indian. So Nicki Minaj carries within her the DNA of the East Indian people and the African people. And my question to Sister Nicki Minaj, and I hesitate to call her sister, but I'm going to do it anyway, because until I get clarity from her, I'm not going to assume the worst. But a question I would need to ask Nicki Minaj, Art, do you primarily identify as a black woman, or do you primarily identify as an East Indian? And the reason I got to ask her that, Art, not only is she turning her back on the same black America that made her famous, not only is she turning her back on the same black America that made her famous, Art, but right now Donald Trump has carried out 29 different strikes on Venezuelan seagoing vessels, Art. The Caribbean Sea, Donald Trump has seized oil tankers from Venezuela. He has murdered at least 105 Venezuelans. Allegedly, that's what the media is reporting. There's only one Caribbean country, Art, that is standing in solidarity with Donald Trump. Guess who it is? Trinidad and Tobago. The Prime Minister of Trinidad, the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Nicki Minaj's ancestral homeland. Well, technically your ancestral homeland is Africa, Okay, but the birthland of her parents and maybe herself, Trinidad and Tobago.
Let me don't bypass that. Doctor, this is just to show you how Dr. Omar and them playing games, right? He just told you that he don't want to identify her as a sister. And then went on to explain, because look at running right here. And then went on to explain to us in the same conversation that we homeland, Nicki Minaj, because Nicki talking about her homeland is Africa. And then started the program saying he don't know if she's an African. So you're telling me that she's African and then asking me if she's African at the same time, and yet still this interviewer ain't stop this interviewer. Obviously, this man you're speaking to have no information about what he's talking about. Let me go again.
Tobago. They are the only Caribbean country, or should I say the main Caribbean country, standing in solidarity with Donald Trump's unilateral and illegal move to declare war on Venezuela without the approval of the U.S. Congress. Now, Art, you might ask the question, why is the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago going against the entire Caribbean community and standing with Donald Trump? You want to know why?
Dr. Umar, go explain to you why. This is why I asked Solid to reach out to these people and them. Because of demons like these people and them here. Because of these people and them. You went down in a conversation. Now, mind me, I hope that somebody share this. Please link Dr. Omar and Amanda Seal Summit, please. You see this lady here? This lady has been in government for decades in Trinidad and Tobago. Dr. Omar, what it is you need to sit back and do is take a vivid look at the political landscape of the PNM, because you sit down condemning the UNC, although you are not a Trinbagonian citizen. Let me go again.
Most Caribbean islands have a black president and or.
So you see where the problem is there. You see where the problem coming there. He knows how to speak from his heart.
Black prime minister. Trinidad and Tobago is unique, Art, because the prime minister of Trinidad and Tobago, a woman by the name of Kamala, first name Kamala, okay? Not Kamala, not to be confused with Kamala, but Prime Minister Kamala of Trinidad and Tobago is an East Indian.
This man who questioning Dr. Omar, this is the third time this man had to shut down this interview. Obviously, this man you're speaking to have no factual data of what it is he's explaining. He don't know the people's name, he don't know where they're born, and he don't know the contribution. Bless good afternoon. Bless afternoon. Call, I ain't getting your call. Let me go back. Call
so
back.
Even though the population of Trinidad and Tobago, Art, is 40% black, it's also 40% East Indian, and it's 20% mixed. And I've been to Trinidad and Tobago, and do you know what I was told by the Trinidadian and Tobagan Africans there, our black brothers and sisters? They told me that Trinidad and Tobago is dominated by the East Indians.
Dr. Omar, you needed to correct that statement. What you was told by the PNM Africans in Trinidad and Tobago, them who tell you that. The average African you didn't speak to in Trinidad and Tobago. So obviously you came to Trinidad and Tobago and you visited the PNM African Trinidad and Tobago, the same races, just like how you is a racist, is racist people you came to visit. So then the content that you have, the content that you putting out on a global stage is racist content, and there is no merit to back up what you are speaking. But then let me continue.
They told me that they are racist, that they control the import and export. They told me that they control the drug trade. They told me that they control the used car.
Listen the dotishness, eh? They control trade, import and export. They control all of these things, right? Doctor, better later on. Later on.
Industry, I was even told in Trinidad and Tobago by our black brothers and sisters, our Trinidadian African brothers and sisters, that if an ethnic war broke out, if a race war broke out in Trinidad and Tobago between the blacks and the East Indians, we would probably lose. Because even though we're 40% of the population and they're 40% of the population, they control the entire infrastructure, Art. So when I say I would like to respectfully know whether or not Sister Nicki Minaj identifies as an East Indian or an African, that's not just for American African purposes, Art. That's for Trinidadian African purposes, because I need to know if she identifies with the oppressed.
Only others can't take in much of them rubbish, right? Listen what this Dr. Omar is marketing globally. Dr. Omar is marketing that the East Indian control the export, import, export. It's funny that he leave all the Syrian and the Chinese, everybody who mixing it. Dr. Omar is explaining to us that the East Indian community, despite Granny are taking that. Granny got there? Granny are taking that. Talk to me.
I listened to Dr. Omar before that. I was to call in your program too.
Talk to you.
This man like he get a lash in his head. His head bad. Like he get cough in his mouth.
Yeah.
His mouth get damaged. Because you know what he's saying. He ain't not all.
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah.
He talking what the police force, what the army, what the guard people, and you go see who controlling the army. You know who? My boy.
Granny is a boss.
What who controlling the police?
Granny is a boss.
Alexander.
Granny is a boss.
What who controlling my country? The Attorney General.
Granny is a boss.
Watch them, and you will see who controls Trinidad and Tobago. They are all my boys.
Thank you.
And I love them.
Thank you, Granny. Yes. Granny is a boss.
Man get a in his head, and he get cough in his mouth, so he don't taste. You hear?
Yes, Granny.
And we country going very good.
Thank you.
I was to talk about Dr. Omar. You and nobody, Dr. Omar.
Thank you.
Granny better than you.
Doctor.
Granny better than you.
Thank you, and that is the truth.
You hear? Let me tell you that Dr. Omar and education, I will tell you something. They used to say Dr. Eric Williams, and Dr. Eric Williams so highly educated. What education Dr. Eric Williams had? Dr. Eric Williams had modern history.
Yeah.
Dr. Rutherford Capelli was my uncle. Master science. They won't tell me what's happening in Trinidad and Tobago.
Talk to me, man.
Granny all Capelli was my uncle.
Yes.
He's master science. I have 4 grandchildren with my big daughter.
Yeah.
And all of them master science. So the that man got lash in his head. And his mouth gets beaten. So he now can't talk. Let him watch the country. And we love the Attorney General.
Yes.
We love Alexander and Gabe Sturge.
Yes, Granny.
You hear?
Yes.
And I want to send one message. Now, I had said on the program, people who want to do better with life, they have to go and work. Right?
Yeah.
My neighbor on dialysis.
Yeah.
And he was patching nuts, selling sponges out and working his district because he had children. And a fellow say, you have no respect, you don't know who I am.
Yeah.
He says, Paul, but I'm not like him, you know. If I don't have a hand, I'm going to beg once.
Thanks.
People do not allow people to know what they have in the pot.
For
Go
real.
and vote, make sure cake.
Yes.
Now, let me tell you something. You don't know me, Mr. Felix. The CEO for Extra Food Supermarket, all Extra Food Supermarket, I won't call his name.
Yeah.
You know me?
Right.
It's not Indian. It's a Creole boy. A very nice boy when it's related from me. It's a very good time. The food came here to Mapuna.
Yeah.
My daughter came me to work today. She came me to work.
Yeah. All right, all right.
And if you see me supervisor, I know as an expert, as the food came.
Yeah.
They are all side by the devotees. And their brothers, my I talk about Saibada and Judges of them House and Columbus Day.
Yeah.
But I am not the kind of person who likes to keep big shot people first.
Yeah.
I'm not big shot. And as they see me who know me, the two hands together, sit around. If I drop a hold me on my shoulder, I'm walking aside Baba Center or temple. The priests know me, or the people know me, the two hands together.
Yes.
Sitaram, Sitaram. So who know me, who don't know me, and they could say all, and they don't want to go to work, and they don't, and they want to bed, where is the children's future? And right now,
Dog that.
the food came into Lapuna, he got to go to work.
Lovely.
So I want to tell everybody, that man get a lash in his head, and he gets lips in his mouth, so he gets British. Wait arresting with we. Wait arresting with we.
Talk to me, that granny. Granny, I'm going to touch on it now.
I don't know if you know the man they call,
Who is that?
he ain't got no arresting with we. When he held, he living to talk about we country.
Granny, that man robbed all the Africans in America. Who you could have robbed, you know?
The man looking like, and he want to be, and he to hear them more. The man is like an alphabet.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know what's an alphabet. The man square. The man like a big frog, a male frog. And you want to come and talk about we people who live in your minds in Trinidad.
That is what I'm saying.
We don't have a arresting.
Talk to me.
Because you want to come by me. So why you arresting? We go to see and we get lash.
Don't bother with them, Granny. Don't bother with
All
them.
right, Mr. Felix.
Thank you much. Thank you much. Thank you for your contribution. And Granny calling in time with that basic, that facts. That facts. Granny, thank you very much for that contribution. Brothers and sisters, I kind of worried because I didn't hear from my brother Freeport this afternoon. Freeport, if you're hearing from us, we want to say bless good afternoon to you. Nothing but love from the 648 family. And ladies and gentlemen, let me send some love for Freeport because we really didn't see Freeport today, and you know Freeporters make sure and call. So let me continue. I know you say he was a little under the weather. Brothers and sisters, let me explain something to you. And the first person who told me this was my deceased Uncle Clifton. Uncle Clifton is an African, but he was one of the Africans that did reasonably well in Trinidad and Tobago. Originally a Vincentian, migrated to Trinidad, and Uncle Clifton told me something he noticed taking place in the African community. I say, well, Uncle Cliff, where is that? Because you know the typical conversation, the data is easy to show if you go community to community. The dilapidated communities predominantly in Trinidad and Tobago is African communities. When you look at the school structure, come on. Bless good afternoon. Let me take this one. Bless good afternoon.
Yeah, bless good afternoon. I didn't get a chance to stay on right through, but I don't know if you touch on a lot of respected Caribbean people headed to Russia right now. since Trump announced drug dealers in the Caribbean. And I don't know how true is alleged, but in Trinidad they have a good bit of them headed to Russia right now.
Yes.
And St. Vincent, eh?
Yes.
Yeah. It's sad. But when the darkest come to the light.
Must come to the light. The time has come.
Anyhow, let's leave all with something good. With all the spies and them. The PNM in Trinidad and Tobago is a blight.
Yeah.
Thank God they're gone.
Thank God.
Alright,
Yeah, brother. Thank God they're gone. Thanks for that contribution. Now check me. I just want to touch on something here. You know, I like to chisel my conversation down to something personal, to the personal structure. Right? Once again, I want to thank the brothers and sisters because I noticed the figure dropping because you know it's after 6 and people know how to lock off 6. One thing, just to touch on Dr. Omar's contribution. Dr. Omar and them peddling a narrative, which is the same narrative that PNM peddled over the years, and they caught a lot of Africans with it. My personal experience, I telling you straight, I didn't grow up with my father, but trust me, I love my father. Right? You can't stand up and bad talk my father in front of me. My mother don't do me that, so I don't entertain that with nobody. My father was not really a stable-minded. When I say stable-minded, he had children all over the place. But the doors of opportunity had opened for my father. My father happened to be the first blaster painter in Trinidad and Tobago. People who are aware of sandblasting and hydroblasting and slurry blasting and all the type of blasting, my father was master in all of those blasting in Trinidad and Tobago, and he was the first. Anybody who have any vivid understanding of how you bid for blasting and the type of money blasting and painting does actually make, my father used to be on all the jobs. They used to give him all the jobs. All the jobs was subbed to him from Point Fortin straight to Port of Spain. Even in Port of Spain, up on top of the hill where you seen them antennas, them tall antennas, my father blast them things on them. And I am telling you, he made the decision he make. My brother them fighting up, my sisters them fighting up, I fighting up. He died, he left nothing. I ain't vexed with him for that because he lived his life. But the fact that my father was given an opportunity to leave generational wealth and did not, I don't want to say he chose to, but based on the activities, he chose to. He did not leave generational wealth. And this is a common conversation in the African community. So to sit back and pretend like African people has not been a part of the development diaspora, it is highly irresponsible. Number 2, I want to take you back to Eric Williams. Just yesterday, somebody came up on my page and correlated and think about PNM and PNM education. Had the Mahasaba and the Indian community sit back and depend on Eric Williams and Eric Williams' education, we would have a banner losers in Trinidad and Tobago. Because all my cousins, all my families and them who drastically educated is the Indian schools that went. The same cow pen start. That same start. When did it start under the cow pen and Africans was kicking off, gap, gap, gap. Guess what? Those are the highest form and standards of education in our nation. I dare one of them to come and tell me a line. This is facts. You don't vex with people for making investment in their own community. This is facts. A lot of African people sat back and we decide to live on handouts. We decide to live on handouts. Had my uncle not get my mother out of Trinidad and Tobago, my mother would have been a 10 days champ. Because she was. My mother was a 10 days champ. My same uncle who I told you come to the United States of America and sit down and talk to me, is he who meet me? Hey girl, you mad? This is not the only thing, girl. The world is bigger than Point Fortin. The world is bigger than Trinidad and Tobago. You're crazy if you're engaged in Trinidad. Set up your structure and look to go somewhere else. Trinidad has reached that point where we end up with a government in watching race. It didn't have nobody could supposed to watch you in your face and tell you Miss Kamala is a racist. If Miss Kamala is a racist, how did Mr. John Jeremy get the work? If Miss Kamala is a racist, how did Ernesto Kiza get selected? If Miss Kamala is a racist, how did Clyde Elder get the work? Explain to me what Khadija Main doing there. Talk to me. Where Roger Alexander doing there? Come on, man. Bless good afternoon, brother. Bless good afternoon, big brother.
Good afternoon, Mr. Phillips. Give thanks to life. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Life and health and strength.
Happy New
Well,
Year,
Mr.
man.
Felix,
Talk to me.
you know, God, we people, we like to watch all kind of different race, and we not watching myself.
Thank you.
Because you bring a good point there. We poor never live generation wealth.
Thank you.
For the children and them. So they can envy the East Indian and them, East Indian and them work hard. We was the first set of slaves come here.
Thank you.
First parents were dominating only wharf, all them big jobs and them. What they do? You hear from the Cabsonians and them wine and jam up all the money. They go on foreign. And when they make the younger generation, not barrels.
Yeah.
Do they send barrels?
Barrel.
When them going away and balancing and drinking all the rum, the East Indian and them just back and buy all the land. Because them timing land was cheap.
Come on.
Look how I was written over the highway. And the East Indian woman, she's going to talk to me. But she won't half a Sikoro. Half a thing because she bought all the land.
Take she time piece
We
by
just
piece.
minding people business and I trying to fluffy black brothers and sisters. And them only get black countries in a time, you know. But some black people tell you in the PNM, but all the racist, all their own kind. But.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Phillips, all the best for New Year. We have to wake them up because we post parents and we
yeah.
And live well for the children to come.
Thank you much.
Nothing. You know, we live roulette and dice and rum drinking.
Thank
Bless.
you. Thank you much, big brother. And magnificent contribution, KFC. Despite what, thank you very, very, very much. So I want to let people know today, when you going forward, especially the Africans in this country, the Indian man is not your enemy. The Indian woman is not your enemy. The fact that them could pull in the gate, that have nothing to do with you. Sit back, evaluate. Because if you really check the historical lineup coming down, they been checking what going on. Plenty of East Indian brothers and sisters, great-grandparents, them couldn't read, just like how we great-grandparents couldn't read. And them navigate out of that. African people who holding their head on the shoulder and decide, you see, me and that PNM thing, PNM is not going to guide me into poverty. Or let us call we sell out. Or let us call we sell out. We're supposed to sit back and continue living without water. We're supposed to sit back and continue to live in. When we send my children off to school, they knee-height water. If my son trip and fall in the corridor, he could drown literally in the school. Come on. That was disrespectful. Nyan Gasby Dolly and all of these people, their needs to continue to be held accountable. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, family and friends, again, it's 9 minutes past 6. Today I see we reach over the 650 mark. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the love, the support, the encouragement. But brothers and sisters, before I leave here, I'm leaving here with Mr. Can Plain, because this information cannot be hidden. This cannot be hidden. The level of corruption that was participated and practiced under the former administration, they're sweeping this under the carpet. We have a government working on our behalf. It's based on what we, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, endorse and ask our government to do. That determines how our government execute. And I am encouraging my government. We want to see jail. If jail good for the boy in Lavantil, jail good for the Indian boy in Penal, jail good for the man in Palo Seco, well, jail good for Penny them too. Let's be real, man. The right thing is the right thing. That is too much of foolishness. No matter what ministry you look at, it's corruption. So they didn't even have a heart. Anybody remember this lady? Anybody remember this lady? Had we been continuing with these people? Look, what Trump could do, we already that. What Trump could do, we? I hope that your slate clean. But based on your poor mathematics skills, something tell me, she name go call plenty, you know. Something telling me this name is going to be called a lot. Based on her poor mathematics skills, something tell me this lady name is going to be called a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, my UNC family, my coalition team. Bless good afternoon, caller.
Bless good afternoon, Mr. Felix. Talk, brother. You take them, man. Let them know what they're doing.
Thank you.
You understand? That woman was some boy. I don't know. But Mr. Felix, talk, boy. You're talking the truth. You're talking the truth. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Call up everything.
Thank you
right?
much. Yes,
okay?
man.
I will be listening to you every day. I listen to you. Yeah.
Thank you much.
Okay.
Yes, man.
You bless day to you.
Yes, man. Blessings.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that contribution, caller. Ladies and gentlemen, until we meet tomorrow, please the Lord, I thank you for your love, your support, your endorsement, and your encouragement. All the 13 p.m. must make a jail. Not even the 13 alone. We can't leave out the rest of them. I need some answers. I would like to hear from Adrian Leonsi. Why did he sit back and allow his government to do the people of Trinidad and Tobago that? I would love to hear from those former ministers and them too. Fitzgerald Hines, we want to hear from these people. What is the heights with this activity that took place in HDC? This is what we want, not the 13 alone, we want all. Everybody. Answer the questions. Ladies and gentlemen, again is your boy Irvin. Until we meet tomorrow, please the Lord. I am out. I encourage you, please listen to this. Miss Patas here. Blessed day, 007, Budram, Tommy, Anthony. Who we are, every single person that was up this afternoon, we thank you very much. Direct from everyone in our 648 Studio 868 to be exact. Love in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, it's all your boy Irvin and I am out. Love all you.
Circumstances of the last 24 to 48 hours. This morning, we are here to talk a bit about the HDC. And the fundamental questions that we must answer is, where are we? How did we get here? And how do we go forward from here? The first question, where are we? The HDC finds itself in a very difficult situation where we have bills owed to suppliers and contractors in excess of 600 million, that we have a deficit in the employees' pension fund in excess of 300 million, and an amount owed to the banks in excess of our approved overdraft limits of about 100 million. We also have a bill approximately in receivables that are very questionable. How did we get here? This situation didn't come upon us overnight. We got here because of poor construction management by the last administration over the last 10 years, where on average, they would have built about 400 houses annually. But these houses, which were worth approximately $500,000, were being constructed at a cost approximating $2 million. We need to understand the impact of that. 4,000 houses where the construction cost was in excess of the value of the houses constructed by approximately $1.5 million per house. That's a total of $6 billion. That $6 billion could have built 12,000 houses, which would have greatly made it easier for those citizens who have been waiting in line for years to get an HDC house. What else was happening? Over the last 10 years, we've had maintenance contracts issued without tender to certain friends, families, and financiers of the last administration that run at a rate of about $150 million a year. That is another $1.5 billion that have been spent on contracts mainly aimed at rewarding persons who were friends, families, and financiers of that last administration. I want you to understand, we are in Chaguanas here, not too far from Couva. Many of you are familiar with Couva. I come from Couva myself, so I'm very familiar with Couva. But can you imagine that we have been spending $750,000 a month to cut grass in Couva? I don't think Couva have enough grass to be worth $760 million that we have to cut grass in Couva. And who is getting this grass cutting contract? You're familiar with some companies called Clydon. Clydon getting over $300,000 to cut grass in the proximity of the Roystonia ECC Center, in the proximity of the Couva North Housing Project. Costa, another 12,000. Pical, another 18,000. Rivulet, 26,000. Shore Serve, 60,000. Almost $500,000 a month being paid to cut grass in and around Couva to companies associated with a former MP. A former MP who sat in the parliament and passed the OPR and then flouted the same OPR by accepting contracts without regard to the OPR rules. And he's not alone in this. There's a company called J.C. Edwards, which is owned by a fellow whose name is very similar to the former chairman of CPEP. So maybe it's appropriate that he was cutting grass in HDC too. But why is a chairman of CPEP, who's an accountant, cutting grass? I thought grass cutting was for the rank and file and the grassroots. But he was cutting grass at $80,000 a month. So when your children come to you and ask you, what should be their career choice? Don't be too upset when they tell you they want to be a grass cutter. There's a company owned by another financier and friend, Trinidad and Tobago Landscaping, cutting grass at $120,000 plus VAT a month, and picking up garbage at another $400,000 a month. The former MP also have lucrative garbage contracts. My friends, in total, that former MP and companies associated with him have been billing HDC $2.5 million a month for the last 10 years. That's $300 million being paid over the 10 years to one man. Trinidad and Tobago Landscaping bills the HDC nearly $500,000 a month. $6 million a year, $60 million to pick up garbage and cut grass. A fellow whose name sounds like Gabriel. Maybe he was the angel because he got such a wonderful contract. So my Dear friends, this is what has brought us here. HEC also owns 7 malls, which are next to our housing developments. And on average, we generate bills of about $1 million for rental revenue. But we carry costs of $10 million a year to maintain these malls. Make that make sense. 10 years of managing these malls, $100 million gone down the drain. How many houses we could have built with that? How many other goods and services we could have provided with that? And it was not just that. Over the last 10 years, we've been overpaying certain contractors and suppliers to the tune of over $20 million and no effort to recover $20 million. In one case, a contractor was overpaid $10 million. $10 million overpaid. I've had to deal with the government services over time, and it's the most difficult thing to get paid because you have to provide so many documents to support your claim and so many checks and balances. But yet the agency could overpay a contractor $10 million and not bother to look to recover it. How do we go forward from here? I can start by saying all our future construction is going to be on the basis of design, build, finance at fixed prices. So those overruns and variations and the mismanagement will not happen. Those monthly maintenance contracts that amount to $150 million a year now are being reorganized and retendered in accordance with the rules, and some of those services are going to be provided in-house by the HEC, and we will save $100 million annually from the management of these contracts. So my friends, I want to tell you, we are in a difficult position, but we have a clear strategic plan for how to get out of it and to get back to the core business of the HEC, which is to deliver affordable homes to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. I want to say thanks to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago for their patience and their goodwill in waiting, but that we will
on social media to fight you. They even run by home your house to spite you. But when God bless you, nobody can blight you. You see the wicked, bad mind and envious. Them set a 21st century Judas. As you start to rise to the top, the why you drop your guard to stand in your back. Oh, whoa. It has some family and so-called friends who wanna see you succeed till the end. About the why you do good in life, but vex when it's better than them. In this rat race, I set a rats with human face. And while we fighting to find we space, it's only rats running around this place. Rat race, I set a rats with human face. And as we fighting to find we space, there's only rats running around this place. Oh, a young brother rising up, he get a box drain subcontract. They send a youth man to shoot him in the back because he tell them he can't pay no tax. Boy, statistics show the place out of order, rotting from the core like a cancer. Now every youth man is a wannabe monster, so they make up their mind to rock under a number. And while the youth men them gone confused, all these young ladies dressing like they acting the blues. They so forthright and feel they get through till they end up on the hunters search and rescue, yeah. While the media promote the wrong thing, the guns and the drugs and skin out you something. This lifestyle we start to explore, can't say God is a trinity no more. In this rat race, I set a rats with human face. And as we fighting to find we space, it's only rats running around this place. Rat race, I set a rats with human face. And as we fighting to find we space, it's only rats running around this place. Destructive and dangerous, the toxic and poisonous. Remember people, there's no time or season for these rodents to hate you without a reason. They never fire, no, they always close. They send people to take your ghost. You see, the mission is to see you dead, cause all they want is to eat your bread. In this rat race, I set a rats with human face. And as we fighting to find new space, there's only rats running around this place. Rat race, I set a rats with human face. And as we fighting to find new space, there's only rats running around this place. Whoa.